Yes, Steve, last night the
Hoosiers
of IU opened their football season against Indiana State, but you could tell it was college football season even before the kickoff because the top sports story in the state was the release of IU's basketball schedule for next season. Well, though it may not be as important up here.
When college boys by the tens of thousands start kicking like taurines and exercising like desperate matrons, it's a sure sign that football has once more cast its spell upon the land.
And college football is big business. Why, just last year it made
$1 million.
Well, a smidge more than that. According to Ryan Brewer, an assistant professor of finance at IUPU Columbus, the Texas Longhorns are worth $762 million. They are the most valuable college football school. Michigan is number 2. Purdue is 38th. IU is 40th. More on that in a bit. Where is a lot of that dough coming from? TV, especially the 1979 intro song that started it all. Okay, we can stop the song now. Stop it. Stop. Thank you. Chris Taylor. Stop it. Chris Taylor is director of digital sports production at Ball State.
ESPN alone will air just under 500 live college football games this season, and that's just ESPN, not taking into account local networks, regional networks, and of course the new startup, if you want to call it a startup, with Fox Sports and what they will be airing in live football.
This season is the last that the BCS Mythical National Championship will be mythical. Well, sort of. What I mean is that there will be a playoff next year. Sort of, a 4-team college football playoff. We've seen conference realignment that's given us a Big Ten with 12 teams and 14 teams starting next year. There's a Big 12 with 10 teams and a Big East that isn't the Big East anymore. Taylor thinks there won't be any other major moves like that before next season.
What I do think is that, again, television, and specifically ESPN in this role, is shaping and driving the industry. And you are going to see a lot of changes, but I don't know that it will be massive changes in a year's time because it's taken many, many years to get to this point.
And one wonders if that network...
What is the name of this network again? ESPN?
No, ESPN.
That's a terrible name.
...is influencing conference realignment. Denies it, as do the conference commissioners, school presidents, and athletic directors, like Fred Glass of IU. While basketball is king among fans who follow the
Hoosiers
because of that rich basketball tradition,
you it up to begin with.
Glass bluntly says they need more football fans to show up because football is king dollar.
We could essentially double our football revenues if we were able to be sold out a week in and week out, which is our goal. And that's really important, not only for our football program, but the entire department, as those revenues can be used.
While IU ranked just 40th in the valuable football programs list, it's still worth $143 million. Purdue's is bigger. Barely. $145 million.
Math doesn't suck.
No, it doesn't, Winnie Cooper. Ball State is a mid-major football school in college football's top-tier FBS, but in the non-power Mid-American Conference. Chris Taylor says football is still important to them, though, to make money and to recruit more students, to pay them more money.
We'll have 20 or 30,000, hopefully, if our football team plays well. For Saturday games later this year, and that's huge for a school like Ball State. And when you multiply those seats at larger schools, you can see how important the revenue is, the exposure is, and just the sense of pride for a university or a team.
Will the money train ever end for what's supposed to be an amateur sport? Will the players eventually get paid, making it not an amateur sport? Taylor says there's no telling. There was even talk that the NCAA would be afraid to punish Heisman winner Johnny Manziel from Texas A&M, who was accused of getting paid for autographs, because the NCAA needs Manziel on TV this year. Taylor makes a good point.
College football wasn't on television, and Texas A&M wasn't exposed to national TV through ESPN, Johnny Manziel wouldn't have won the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, and Manziel's suspension? Half a game. Yes, half a game. The NCAA says he didn't do it. That's not a Johnny Manziel soundbite. One thing is for sure, regardless of who wins and loses on the field this season, a whole lot of people are going to make a whole lot of money. Certainly a lot more than when the great Harry Gonzo led IU to a Rose Bowl.
Signal! Hi, diddle, diddle, a cat in the fiddle. This time I think we go through the middle. Hi!
Didn't realize that was so long ago. For the morning news, I'm Ray Steele, 93 WIBC.